I've got some filters to try out, and these filters are new from K&F Concept, and the idea is that I've got 3 filters, all ND grads. I've got an ND8 grad soft, an ND8 grad hard, and an ND8 grad reverse grad, or an ND8 reverse grad. The sun's dropping in the sky really fast, the heather's out, and I'm up on the classic Bamford edge, hopefully to get a good idea of showing you what these do. And I might have to rush through the actual principle of setting them up and taking the shots, but what I'll do is I'll do that and I'll explain to you after what it is I did and why I've did it, and I hope that helps. So I'm in a bit of a mad rush just to get myself in a location that's quiet enough and that I've got room to breathe and room to talk and a shot to take. I'll be right back. Right, so I've tried to get myself in a position where I've got the sun in the sky, which is pretty bright, and I wanted to show you the differences between these 3 grads. K&F have sent them to me and asked me if I can get a bit of an image and show how they work. So I've basically got the camera in a vertical mode, and I've got all this heather in the bottom corner, which is quite dark, and I'm going to put my hand in front of the shot just to take a shot so I know which ones I'm talking about. So the first shot's going to be f11, focused on the heather in the foreground. And then I'll get out one of these filters. They come in these big packets, as you can see, and you can see the sun's right in my face at the moment. It's dead bright. But the idea behind these filters is, this is the reverse grad. So I'm going to slide the reverse grad in. I've got to spin my filter holder round so it's in the vertical position. Lock that off. So the idea is you slide these in, and you can probably see as I slide it in, you've got this darker patch across the image, sort of there, if you can see it. And I'm just going to bring that dark patch down and put it over the sun. And the idea is to bring the sky back down and to lift the heather slightly. So this is shot with the reverse grad, and I haven't got long because the sun is dropping quite fast. So you just slide it up and down until it sits in a position. This is a really good filter for sunsets, because that's where the brightest part of the sky is. So you can see on the filter that you've got the brighter section in the middle. So I'm going to swap over now to the next one, because I have only got a very short window to show you these. So these are actually in my pocket at the moment. Put that at the back, take the front one out. The sun is pretty bright facing forwards, and I keep staring at it, which doesn't help. This one is the hard grad. So you can see on this one you've got a harder section, and it starts off and it fades in quite hard with a hard line. This is really good for water and would probably work quite well in this situation, because the sun and the horizon line's quite low and straight. When you've got mountains, that's where it becomes a bit of a problem. So you tend to want to maneuver it and use a soft grad, so you're getting the mountains a little bit softer, but this is quite a straight line, which is quite nice. So that one probably works quite well, and I'm hoping that you will get to see a difference, because it's a bit of a rush. I'm doing this quite quick. As I say, I've only got a small window for that sun to stay there. The next one should then be the soft grad, and I will do a better explanation and show you these in depth in a little while. Yeah, this is the soft ND8. Again, you slide it into your holder, and this has got a softer transition, not so easy to see on the back of the camera, and it's just about there. It's giving me a tamer sky at the top, but the sun is still quite bright, so I'll take a couple with that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the hard grad and the reverse grad and put the two of them on together, and that should really pull the sun down, if I can get these in my pocket. So I'm going to put the hard grad in, and these are all in those nice plastic cases, which are really good. So I should be able to get 2 filters in. So if I drop the hard grad in, put it across the sky level, and then to make it darker still, drop the reverse grad and put that over the sun. So I'll get 2 in, and I should be able to darken that top part of the image down a lot. Let's just bring the hard one up a bit. Yeah, let's bring that down. This is going to really tame the sky down and bring the sky down quite dark, and you can hear the shutter is quite low, so let's just see if I can get that balanced a little bit better. I think I may even go to the, there we go, something like that. Now there are people in the images in front and I haven't got the perfect composition, but I just wanted to show you what you can do with these grads. And now I'm going to move forward and see if I can set up another composition for you and see if I can get that to work. So bear with me. And what I'm going to do as well, I'm just going to finish off with a bracket. Finish off with a bracketed shot. And then a single one on my hand to show me that I finished that experiment. And we're going to move forward. Right, so again we've got the camera nicely set up and I'm looking down and I've got heather in the bottom corner, and the first shot is going to be focused on the heather, and I'm going to take one plain without any filters, and you'll see the sun is really bright and the sky is all blown away, but the heather's quite dark, which is not ideal for this situation. So let's pull these filters out and have a quick look. So first of all, again we've got the reverse grad, and again this is better when it's brighter in the middle, which actually is. So if I can get this in the right position to darken that sky down, all the colours now popped out and I can see all the texture in the heather. So this one works really well. And I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to take just the one shot, I think, just to give you an idea of how these work, and then I am going to show you them, and hopefully I'm going to get a nice evening sunset. So let's go for the next one. What we've got in our hand, this one is the Hard Grad. This one's probably a pretty good one for this situation as well. Slide it down until it's hiding that sunlight, just like that. Beautiful. See the texture in the sky, the nice yellow sun over on the left hand side, and all that really nice heather that's popping out in the bottom. We'll take that one out and then we'll try the soft grad, and I don't think the soft grad's going to be quite as good, but you never know until you try, do you? So we'll give it a go and try it out. So slide the soft grad. They go in really easy, these grads. They really are a nice thing to work with. So I'm just going to slide that down till I'm happy with it. That's not bad. And take that shot. Really nice. I've got the reservoir in the background, and it just seems to be pretty good. It's quite nice. And again, I'm just going to finish off with another plain shot while we can. Let's put those back in the case, and I'm going to drop them back in my pocket and see if I can get another composition slightly different, and then one with my hand in it, just so we know that that's the final shot of that section. What I could do maybe is give it a spin round and try it on a horizontal. Again, I don't have to just turn that back round to a straight line. This time the sky is a lot bigger, or a lot wider, and the horizon line's bang in the centre. So if I do the same thing again for you, just spin through the set, and you'll get an idea of, again, what they're doing. So first one is the reverse grad, perfect for sunsets on the sea. Let's have a quick look at this. Yeah, just tilt it over to the left, and you can see on the back of the camera what it's actually doing, but it's very difficult to show you everything at once. It's pretty cool. I hope you're remembering the order I've got these in. That's a good job I'm talking, isn't it? The next one is probably the Hard Grad, if I've still kept them in order. It is, and you can see the hardness of the grad. Slide it in, slide it down till it hides that sun a bit, makes the heather at the bottom pop out, and then that's that one done. This is actually quite a good experiment. It's really showing you what they do. And then the final one is the soft grad. Like I say, the soft grad's not quite for this operation. You really need the mounting, so it softens the transition between the top and the bottom, but we'll give it a go, and I'll put all the images up on the screen. You can see them all together then. Right, and what I will do, I think I'm going to keep the soft in this time, and I'm going to put the reverse in. So we've got soft taming the sky down at the top, and the reverse, which is going to darken that centerpiece of the image and hopefully make the heather stand out quite nicely in the bottom. Let's just get that sky tamed down at the top. That's double the filters. Maybe too much, but it definitely works well on the sunlight. So soft grad out, and then the hard grad out. Really is fumbling around with my fingers, this is. Okay, and then a plain one without, and then I'm going to do a bracket just to get everything shot right, and another single one with my hand in it. And all the time I'm talking, because then I know what images they are. And the sun's going to drop down behind the clouds in a minute, so what I'm going to do is just set up a bit of a composition for a final shot. I'm going to focus on the heather in the foreground. I'm going to wind my aperture to f22, and I'm going to put the reverse grad back in, because that's where I want the darkest part of the image, right in the middle of the screen for the final one. And I think I'm going to have to swap it for the hard grad and be very quick. Hard grad. You can see how easy they are for getting in and out of these cases as well. Doing all this whilst talking to you. So the hard grad goes in somewhere in the middle to tame that sky down, and I should get a bit of a sun star with some texture in the sky. Maybe not the sharpest of sun stars, but it's definitely there nevertheless. Now the sun's just dipping down now. You can see it's disappearing in front of my face. Right, so I've got the video on now, and I'm just going to press record on the video, and you'll be able to see everything that I do. So I'm going to start off with the soft grad this time, just to give you an idea of what it does when I basically drop it into the filter holder. And you can see it going down through the video now, and as I push it down, you'll see the sky gets a little bit better in the top, but it's also darkening the bottom part of the image a little bit. So the soft grad's not quite there to take the sky down. So we'll then try the hard grad, and the hard grad will be a lot of a more defined line when it drops down. You can see it coming down now, and you can bring it down just about enough so that you get the horizon line across there. If you see, if I lift it up again, bring the horizon down, so it just sits across this peak there, and you still see the heather, and now you can see the sky in the top. Whereas if I take it out, the sky disappears. If you go too far down, then obviously darker in the heather as well, which is no good. So we'll take that one out, and then we'll just put the reverse grad in. Not really the best sky to do this, but we'll test it anyway. The reverse grad's got a bit of a softer edge to it where it starts, and you can just see it drop down there. And what it does is, once you go past this darker edge here, it starts to go light again. So you see it's gone light again at the top. So if you've got a really bright section at the bottom like water, you can darken that down and keep the light at the top. So it doesn't really work for this situation, because it's just going dark in the middle there, and you don't really want that. So the idea is, the best one out of these three would be your hard grad, and you get it in position, and you just drop it down just so it sits above that horizon line about there. It's just giving you a nice texture in the sky and the nice heather in the bottom. Right, so one more. I've got the video still in play, and this time I'm going to bring the sky up and have some more sky, but at the bottom of the image you'll see we've got the reservoir. So switch it on, you can see the sky's all blown out at the top. We've got some texture in these rocks, but this reservoir's a little bit bright as well, so this could be a situation where we might be able to use our reverse grad when I can find it. Get the reverse grad, which is this one. You can see it's dark in the middle and then fades up in the top. So the idea is then to push that down. You can see it coming down through the sky, and then we can just rest that maybe over the lake as well, over the reservoir. The problem what it's doing is actually making this section here, so this is more of a water shot really. And again, it's bringing the sky down, so we can try something there. You've got a nice texture in the sky, but if you go down too low, you can see the sky starts to lift up, but all this section here is going dark, so it doesn't really work for that one. Again, you're probably going back to the hard grad. So you can bring your hard grad down, bring that sky down on the top, and just literally sit that line just on the edge of the horizon there, so you got this nice sky texture up there. You've still got the rocks, you can see the mountains and the hillside, because if I go down too low, you see how the hillside disappears there, so it's keeping it a balance between the two, and then you take your shot, something like that. Explanation done really. 3 large 150 by 100 filters. You got hard grad, reverse grad and a soft grad. They've all served their purpose and they're all much of a muchness. You just need to use them all sparingly and have the right situation and sky and atmosphere to make them all work properly. But they actually do these in a 3-stop. You got the ND8s, you got the ND32s and the ND64s I think as well. So you'll have like a 3, 6 and a 9 stop probably of these, but I will check up and put it up on the screen for you and let you know. And these new cases are fantastic, they really are good. You don't have any fingerprints on the glass because you get to hold onto the plastic bits as well, so I think they're really, really good. They all come in their cases, they're nicely presentated in the presentation days in a box, and they work very, very well. And as you know, this filter also comes with a polarizer that drops in the top, so I'll just do a bit of an overlay and show you how that works. But your polarizer goes in, and if you want to polarize the sky as well, you get that option, and you can spin it on the side, so all works very, very well. So I just thought I'd just quickly show you the polarizer. So you pull the clip up, drop our polarizer in. If you get it the right way around, it goes in perfectly, and you can spin. I don't know whether I'll get any video whether this works in the sky or not. No, it's not going to do it on an image, but that's how you get it to work. Polarizer sits inside there as well. Once it's locked in, it can't fall out and it's trapped inside. And in your grads or your ND filters, because you come with NT filters as well in this kit, if you put your ND filter in, they slide in front of that, so you can still use your polarizer behind. They work very, very well. And I've got to say, this is one of the nicest kits I've seen for a long time. And it belongs to Mrs. C, so I need to take it home and give it to her. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe, give us that thumbs up, and yeah, see you on the next one. Bye bye.